this module video, we're going to be focusing on entrepreneurs and business owners whose situation where they've set up a business, and in this context, we're generally focusing on private companies. Public companies, stakes in public companies will follow in the next module video. So we're thinking about individuals, entrepreneurs who have a large proportion of their wealth concentrated in the business that they probably set up. Now, I say large proportion, there's not going to be a particular cut-off here where we say this is or this isn't a concentrated position, but actually even having, say, 25% of someone's wealth tied up in the company, the business that they set up, is going to bring in quite a degree of concentrated position risk. So anything from that point up really is what we're looking at here and thinking about how that needs to be managed. So such a large position, or concentrated position as we say, is obviously inefficient from an asset allocation perspective because it is moving away from the ideal of diversification. So what we're thinking about all the time is how to reduce the risk, reduce the tax that would come with an immediate sale, which of course is one way of getting rid of this concentrated position, and also how to increase the liquidity. Okay, so as I said, more than 25% is generally thought to be concentrated. It may be public company shares, more of that in the next module, but we tend to focus more here on private company shares. So ownership in a business that has been set up a long time ago, hence having a pretty low cost tax basis. And also at the end, we'll just mention real estate. Okay, so our objectives are to reduce the risk that comes with having such concentration of wealth in one position, and that is systematic and non-systematic risk. Now, obviously the non-systematic risk is the one that may jump out to us because we are not diversified, but having a stake in a business will expose us to systematic risk as well. And that concentrated position is likely more volatile and may end up bringing quite a high exposure to beta into our portfolio. You will probably have met earlier on in the curriculum the various psychological biases. They come in here as well. If you've got someone who has set up their own business, there are many psychological impacts over and above just the pure numbers on a page. We talked about liquidity as well. So you could have someone who is deemed to be asset rich but cash poor if they've got a large stake in a private business. So we're thinking about generating liquidity. We're thinking about not paying unnecessary tax. And what may come into this also is the bequest motive of transferring wealth to a family and or charity. So you'll have met the goals-based planning framework. And what we're doing is now just looking at how the concentrated position sits into this goals-based framework and how it's quite an efficient way of showing that maybe there's a bit of a mismatch in where the client's assets are. So this is just a recap. This is not assuming this is the first time that you have seen this. We're just reminding you that in the framework of goals-based planning, we start off, it's like layers, isn't it?